I made it. I was the first one here. Don't try to call me out.
Tat, can you hear me now? Can you hear me, Tat? Okay, I just added my audio. And Megan or somebody say something on the other side?
Yeah, what up?
So you can hear her and me now, Tat? We're good?
What up, what up, what up?
Perfect. Well, welcome to episode 1, Shadows on the Wall. We're starting off in the city of Sumnyr. Sumnyr is the last bastion of humanity's populace. You know, there's the strength that's left in humanity has all pretty much been packed into this one giant medieval Gothic city. This city is on a coast. It has nearly 1,000-foot tall walls surrounding it. The picture doesn't really belay exactly how tall those walls are. Those walls have been put in place to keep out the wilds. The only major in and outs of the city typically is through the port on boats. And even that is hard to do as you need papers from someone in office. Leaving out the main gates is very rare. In fact, they have not even been opened in more than 6 months. The city is almost 50,000 people strong. To feed the populace, they've done a couple of different things so far as there's, chicken coops and pigeons and other fowl that are kept on rooftops and all across. There's underground mushroom gardens. There's hydroponics. There's a carousel of different plants that are going that spin on a regular basis. There's also protein paste plants. The vast majority of the lower end of the populace actually imbibes on this protein paste that they pay a copper for to get a bowl of protein paste, which has all but the necessary requirements to keep them alive. So there's a lot of famine and just malnourishment and whatnot going on in the city of Sumnyr because it's a giant city with barely any outside food besides maybe some fish. There's really an elite group of fisher people who handle the outside fishing in the bay and things around the city. You three are actually all from the city. You've grown up here. You're all not necessarily teenagers, a little bit older, but you've all grown up and seen some things. I'm happy to let you guys... Eric, fix your HP, bro. I'm happy to let you guys introduce your characters, or I can do a quick rundown. It's up to you. Honestly, I'm fine either way. Do you have a preference?
No.
Okay, I'll just do it. So we have 3 characters playing. Megan at the top next. Well, Megan right here she is playing Aelwyn. I don't know how to say your last name.
Aelwyn Kidded?
Okay, Aelwyn Kidded. She is a hunter class human. She has a dire raccoon known as Osmyr that travels with her through the city. She was raised in the city by her father, who up until recently was her main source of humanity and learning. He was recently taken by an organization known as the Inquisition. The Inquisition is the Queen's elite force of magic suppressing bastards. They come through and suppress any magic use going on, as magic has been deemed illegal in the city of Sumnyr. So he has been taken, so she is, rightfully so, a little on edge with the whole thought of guards, Inquisition, use of magic, things like that. We also have here Eric, and he is playing Malidryn Velkaris, a brilliant, if strange, potion master who's apprenticed to the kind of highest ranking potion master in town. He more than moonlights in the slums, helping the healer of the slums, a lady named Petra, to take care of things, sickness and injuries and whatnot. And then we have, last but not least, a military family born gentleman who up until recently was part of the academy to become a guardsman. And he has recently, a month before graduation, been kicked out of the guardsman's training program and has no idea what to do with himself. His family has all but disowned him, and he's essentially a leaf in the wind at this point, and we're going to have to see kind of what happens with him. He's playing a human fighter. There are a bunch of different things going on here that I've set up for you guys. First and foremost, whether it's super important or not, is there is a calendar. On the calendar, I have all of the different festival dates. I have a bunch of different just events that happen throughout the year in here. And as Eric would like to say, if it's going to be the third month, why not just say March? I just use the Pathfinder calendar. So the third month is Farast. Today is actually... boop. Right now, as of this point, it is 6 a.m. and it is Toliday, the 28th, in Callistril, which is essentially February the 28th, and there is a 29th. It is 2 days before Farast. The first of Farast, which is the remembrance celebration. It is a day of reflection and unity in the city, honoring those lost to the famine, disease, and war. It is a large festival that happens in the Grand Marketplace every year on the 1st of Farast. It is 2 days away. And when I say a month from graduation, in Gozran on the 15th, no, I'm sorry, in Gozran on the... Is it not Gozran? Hang on, I thought it was Gozran.
It is.
Well, okay, the 12th of Gozran is a celebration to honor the city guard and military service, but there's also a day where they walk. I thought maybe it's Erastus. Oh. So yeah, not quite a month. A couple months before he would have graduated from the academy with honors. He was doing really well, and then, shit hit the fan, essentially, and now he is no longer in that track. Hi, Bob. And so... here we are. We're going to go ahead. You guys have seen each other around town in passing, namely Petra the healer. She's the healer in the slums. Malidryn and Aelwyn, you've seen her there before. You both have known her. Cuts and bruises. Your dad knew Petra pretty well. And Malidryn, it's Master Ulrich has assigned you to Petra on numerous occasions to moonlight and learn about the slums and the sickness. We are starting off essentially with each of you separate. Even though you've seen each other, you're not necessarily friends. You're all from different walks of life. 3 separate scenes. The first scene is going to be with Petra and Aelwyn. And Petra, when you walk up to see Petra, she is a middle-aged, maybe 40-year-old woman. She... let me find it. She's nearly a 40-year-old woman. She pulls you aside at one point, Aelwyn, and she says, "Aelwyn, I know that you don't trust people these days after what happened to my friend and your father. However, I was hoping you could help me with your knack for, kind of searching things out and your ability to calm animals down. I was hoping you could look into something that I've heard from some of my sources that's happening in the city. So there's a place a few miles from here in the slums where there's been some animal attacks, and animals have been acting strange, attacking when normally they would run. Just weird happenstances that she wants you to investigate for her and maybe report back and let her know what's going on. A few days before that, Malidryn, you had a similar talk with Petra. Petra had mentioned to you that she keeps noticing strange illnesses from the similar place in the slums that keep popping up. People are getting sicker, and it's not filth fever. It's they're paler than normal. There's a retching sickness that's gone around. Some of them don't see themselves and start talking in tongues. It's just an all-out mess. You, Tim, you would be in the city. There are a couple of different whatchamacallits, like taverns or places that might be a good place for you to start looking for your new path. So you could go to any one of those. Like the Silver Sails Inn is in kind of a nicer area. Might not be the place to start based on what we talked about. Copper Kettle is okay. The Rusty Tankard is pretty lower end. So let's take a look at the slums here. So here's a good picture of the slums for you guys. Kind of run down Gothic ancient city, lots of stone, lots of people, and the place is typically pretty packed. And as I mentioned, there's rooftop gardens. So you can see kind of like rooftop gardens there. You can see the carousel I was mentioning. We'll see here, like the Ferris Gardens. We've got. It's not there anymore. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. We have some different animal farms and stuff we talked about. You see there. And then, and all of these are pretty packed. All of the protein, all of the veggies, everything are guarded pretty well. And most of it is not in the slums. It's in the mid to higher level area of town. Just because the slums, they would go bananas just trying to eat everything all the time. Let's go. I got some more. Here we go. Rooftop protein paste factory here. That is actually in the slums, because they can't really attack the protein silos full of stuff. No one truly knows what that's like. There are a few places in Sumnyr that are more populous than others. Things like the Grand Marketplace is one. There's the main, and I did put in here too, in the, was it in notes I put it? No, it's just Stelios. Oh no, on Discord I put all a bunch of NPCs in different locations for you guys to be able to look at so far. There's a lot of shops in the Grand Marketplace, but to get us started, Megan, she's spoken to you about this. And what are your thoughts? Are you able to talk as?
My thoughts?
Yeah, she's asking you to look into this for her. Look into the disturbances with these animals, almost like there's these rabid or sick animals in this certain area of the slums.
Well, that seems pretty likely considering the conditions in which they keep the animals.
Yeah. You're not wrong, but it seems more than normal.
Sure. Of course I'm going to look into it. I've heard something similar. It's definitely on the list of things to do. We can't. I couldn't bear to just let those beings come to harm because of a sickness that could have been prevented from spreading.
Right.
Happy to help.
Okay, so you'll head off that way. You also, Eric, Malidryn also has a vested interest to, figure out what's going on and find the source to this sickness that's coming through. Tim, Eldric has been asked off to the side. You've been asked to investigate and keep an eye on a few different people in town. Even though you're not part of the guard, they know that you didn't mean for what happened to have kicked you out. There wasn't something you had planned. Your family has a good history, and you basically have been cajoled into thinking if you do right by this certain person whose name will not be mentioned at this time, that you could essentially find yourself back in the academy and maybe work your way back into the guard. And you're welcome, to do what you were already planning, which was, to go to the different taverns and try and seek out some of those people like we talked about prior to game. Or you could also essentially help this person who's approached you and asked you to keep an eye on some people, shifty characters essentially in the slums as well. Okay. Sounds good. You good there, Eric? You dancing? You're muted.
Yeah, I'm good.
You're dancing good.
Did it.
I've put you on the slums, Megan. I've got you there. This map jumps around. It's so weird how it jumps when I do stuff. I've got you on there as well, and just because we're gonna push forward, I'm just gonna get everybody on here to keep this alive. You will all show up at the slums for your own intents and purposes, one reason or another, and you will be looking around. While in the slums, you'll notice immediately there's a slew of animal carcasses about this area, namely by a sewer grate. There's a few dead rats. There's a cat a ways away from the sewer grate. There's a couple of stray, very skinny, dead dogs that have apparently been out. Overall, just not the best look, you know. All right, plague. In fact, as you're, in here,
where is the sewer grate that you're talking about? Is there a particular place?
The top right corner there, underneath some grates or underneath some crates and stuff.
Okay.
But as you're investigating, a
Sure.
pile of these plague rats start to just push out of there, straight towards you. Oh, I need Osmyr. Do we have Osmyr somewhere? Is he on your sheet?
Oh, so I didn't create Osmyr.
Where's the cohorts tab at? I thought I had a cohorts tab for you.
It doesn't look like it's active.
Okay, well I can just throw him out here. Let me see, dire raccoon.
I think I printed out his stats somewhere.
Wow. It doesn't even show up in here. That's weird.
It's real weird because I know that we went through and it was a whole thing that we made it because I saw that.
Yeah, no, it was done.
Did I email it to you?
I don't know. I know that we had it literally in here on your thing.
Well, I was just trying to because I was gonna find it and write my stuff down so that I could.
I don't remember.
Just at least have this.
Hey, Leica. Very possibly. Well, we don't need him yet. It's not super important for us yet.
It's fine. I'll work on it in the background.
So I'll have all three of you roll initiative. That being said, only Aelwyn is actually near enough to have combat happening, and they're not necessarily coming out at you. They just pour out of this sewer grate. There's a whole shenagle bangle of them. There's 100 of these rats just start to push their way up out of the sewer grate.
If they're not coming towards me, I would like to, instead of engaging immediately, take a beat and kind of check my surroundings, as it were. Am I alone? Do I see anything else of major value? That kind of thing. Do you just want a perception check?
Yeah, that sounds perfect. I think the perception check should work fine. And I've got Dire Raccoon's stats here I can post for you.
Yeah, I'm looking up the sheet now.
It's in the...
Yeah, that's only going to last for so long.
Yeah, I know. So around here, there are some other peasants and things around here. Most of the people around here are commoners. As soon as the rats started coming, they started scurrying away. There's a couple of sleeping bums not far from them. They may get taken over by those rats soon if someone doesn't help them. Not saying you have to, because that may not be what you're about. But yeah, so they are tearing out of this thing pretty steadily.
And rats are rats, right? We're in a slum. We expect rats. There's filth.
To an extent. The issue is that there's so many of them, and they're obviously diseased. Like they're
is where I
foaming.
was going with this. They're obviously diseased. So if they're obviously diseased and they're like obviously a problem, they seem aggressive, then I'm going to take efforts to quell the plague.
Okay, yeah, I mean, they're foaming at the mouth, their beady little eyes are red and bloodshot, and there's like welts on some of them, there's boils on other ones, some of their fur is falling off, their tails look like they have scales on them. They're just interestingly, definitely nasty-looking creatures right at this point.
Sure. Well, I'm gonna use my machete then to attack the swarm. Start clearing the way. Hey, look at that! Oh,
Hey! First roll of the game, nat 20, is that what's happening?
did you see the double?
Yeah, double confirmed critical. I'm
Double confirmed.
gonna say that you slash a weak awning with a bunch of like crates on it above the rats, and the awning crumbles and the crates fall and crush the swarm. and cover the sewers. So you're not sure if you killed all of them, but you see at least 15 you see at least 15 rats have been smashed by these crates off the upper like awning that had this stuff. Like it's a balcony, but it's like a balcony to a dilapidated old building. They weren't really full crates, but you smashed 15 of them, and the rats that were coming out of the sewer now have no egress point to get out. So you've covered that hole, stopped it. The bum wakes up with the crashing, like all the crates crash down, smash these rats, and the bum that was sleeping just next to it wakes up with a start, looks around with bloodshot eyes. You notice he's got boils on his neck and face. His skin is kind of scaly and peeled, very dry and pulled back. His hair is missing in patches. He's got like a green iridescent scale on his cheek. Kind of just a weird, nasty-looking bum, and he wakes up and looks at you in surprise and speaks to you in incoherent, jumbled words. You can still hear, just with your passive perception, a gaggle of rats down below these crates banging against in a fury. Go ahead. Let's see your passive perceptions for the other two of you. Malidryn, you'll see this bum now that he's stood up and she crashed. You both are going to easily hear her knock down those crates. And you'll both hear that. Eldric, you are on the way to go and settle into a tavern to get to meet some people and things. And then Malidryn, you are on the way to look into these diseases that Petra had mentioned. The crashing of the crates does draw your attention in that direction. Your passive perceptions don't exist. There it goes right here. You don't have passive perceptions, but you have a 2, Malidryn. Eldric, you have a 1 to your bonus if you guys want to roll perceptions to see kind of what else you notice. Aelwyn, you obviously see him and all of the problems there.
You mentioned.
There you go.
Is that you said that bomb's got like green iridescent patches? Is that
The bum does, yeah. Like he's just got one iridescent green patch on his face, but he does have like missing hair chunks and like kind of another scaly looking skin. Like his regular skin is like scaly looking, but there is one like kind of almost green scaly look to his upper cheek.
Is that? I mean, that's weird, right?
Yeah, it's not normal, but you're not a medical person, so it's kind of
sure.
It's different for you. Here you go. Let's get those rats out of there, but you can hear them still down below. It sounds like they got a hold of a cat down in the sewer because it just went bananas.
Oh.
Makes noises for a short second, and then it pitters out as they probably have eaten it or destroyed it at this point. Okay, so yeah, that's it. So you all will notice that. You'll all notice the bomb. You'll all notice the dude sits up. He's like right. The bum sits up. He's like right on the ping. He was on some crates over there on that ping I just sent down.
Okay.
But he's pretty close to you. He says some unintelligible stuff. He's like, And he like looks around almost blindly. Like it doesn't seem like he notices much. It seems like his vision is weak, and he's weak in general. Very skinny and gaunt, malnourished. He lays back down in the crates and goes back to sleep with, kind of faltering, raspy, phlegm breath.
All right, that doesn't have anything to do with me, so I'm going to.
It's not wrong. I mean, it doesn't seem like an animal to me. I'm not sure what's going on there.
I'm just gonna move in to kind of do some more investigating carefully around where these crates were dropped. I know that I blocked off whatever entrance, but I do need to kind of investigate the rats that are left behind.
The dead ones? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, see if there's anything that I can, like, gain from that with my, like, my knowledge of nature.
Go ahead and give me a nature check, and then what are you both doing? Eldric, you're welcome to move past if you want, but you're not really sure what's going on. You just heard a large crash. You saw her cut down a building and stuff crash, and you're not sure what's happening over there. 9, they're dead. There's some dead, nasty rats.
Yeah.
Was similar.
I rolled those 2 20s for the attack,
Yeah.
and both of my skill checks have been garbage.
Well, it helps because you didn't die from a rat swarm in the first episode, like day 1, because that was dangerous.
Yeah, immediately. Cool.
So you can totally keep moving if you want, Eldric. There's no judge zone here. The goal is not necessarily to get you guys together here, because we're going to be playing in the city, and you're each going to have your own lives to live a little bit. At certain points, we'll work through to where you guys are working towards something together, potentially, but, and then same for you, Malidryn. You're here on a purpose, so you would have seen the bomb. Obviously, with lesions and things about him, he's looking pretty rough.
I'm going to walk up to Aelwyn, and, my guard training kicks in. Like, I noticed a commotion, so obviously I want to look into it. I'm going to ask her what happened here.
As he approaches, I'm grabbing like a rag or something out of my pack to wrap up one of these dead rats to take back to Petra. So that I can put it in my bag. I don't really know what's going on with it, but maybe somebody with some medical expertise could know something. But I don't want to touch it, so I'm gonna take some rags out and wrap it up and stuff it into my bag.
Okay, smart.
Yeah.
And
as Eldric approaches, I'm going to very carefully stand up and say, nothing going on over here, just some rats in the slums. This bum looked like he might take a nip or two, so I made sure to close off that sewer grate.
Okay, so you say that to Eldric as he approaches?
Yeah, because didn't he say something to me?
Yeah, I asked you what was going on here.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And he is armored, but he doesn't have the city official guard's armor on or anything.
Yeah, so I give him a weird look, but I'm still guarded.
All right.
I don't look comfortable speaking to him by any means.
Osmyr chitters from around the corner. He when the rats came out, he skittered back around the corner, and he kind of chitters like.
So brave.
Yeah, he's not the bravest dire raccoon. For being a 40-pound raccoon, he's not the bravest yet. He's not had a lot of experience. You've kind of babied him, maybe more than you should have, because you just love him. He's got the fattest cheeks.
He's just a little boy.
He's just a little boy, exactly. So,
a little boy.
And you're pretty sure he would do anything for you. I mean, because he's your buddy, but not the bravest raccoon we've met.
Sure.
All right, so yeah, Eldric, you come up, you see this, there's about, sticking out from beneath the crates, there's 7 or 8 rats or anyway, but she probably killed closer to 15 to 20 of them with her 20, double 20 crit.
Yeah, I'm just like, all right, very well done. And then I'm going to move on to my bar.
Okay. So you recognize Eldric, you've seen him, about town, up, in the last couple weeks alone, you've seen him with like other guardsmen in training, essentially academy boys, if you will. They're both liked and disliked amongst town. You might not hate them. He's not Inquisition. The City Guard and the Inquisition are two completely separate entities. The City Guard on occasion does quite a bit for the people, and only in the sense that they, if you hadn't been here, he would have fought those rats off and summoned more guards, which would have done things. Or if people are burglaring or if there's murders and stuff, they do quite a bit of investigating. Okay, but yeah, what are you thinking, Malidryn? Because you're standing there, you saw him run up and, hand on his blade. And I did give you some more weapons, Tim, also.
Yeah, I saw.
Okay, I gave you guys all a few things.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna actually look at this this unhoused person.
Go.
I'm gonna as I'm closer, what do I see?
So you see this bum. You see a brown-haired, thin, but strong female, like looking over her left shoulder back towards this alley here, and she's like, "It's fine, Osmyr, don't worry," something along those lines. Come back out here, kind of thing. Like, and then you notice that there's a dog-sized raccoon like on the side of the building with his head just kind of pokes around, and he goes,
yeah, he's like the size of a border collie.
And he goes,
like, he's a serious,
chitters a little bit.
Serious boy.
He kind of cocks his head and he like points. He points a claw towards with whole claw, not just a finger, but his whole claw points out right towards Malidryn. Who is behind you, and you hear him approaching Aelwyn when he comes up. But you do see the bum as well, like I said, with the lesions, the patchy skin, the patchy hair, the bloodshot eyes. You also notice, though, on his naked feet and arms, something that she did not notice is you notice he's got a lot of bite marks.
Mm-hmm.
That look like possible rodent bites. Roll a medicine check.
Give me a medicine check.
While they're going, Eldric, you get to your bar. It's just around the corner. It's the Rusty Tankard. It's a mid bar. It's not real nice. It's not real shoddy. And you go in and it's bustling. There's quite a few people there for being 6 in the morning. It's closer to 7:30 now in the morning, but there's actually quite a few people there. The bars do tend to have a pretty healthy amount of people going in them. If they can afford to drink, they do it all the time. Your camera keeps jumping every time you move. It's funny. 17 for medicine. Well, that's heal.
12.
I thought you said 17. Let's do... Yeah, you've never seen anything this serious. You're not sure what you could do to heal this guy with that. Go ahead and roll. You have nature too, Eric?
Yeah.
With an 18 nature, you're pretty sure those are, in fact, rat's bites. They don't look as fresh as the rats that just got smashed. You do see that there's a handful of rats still laying there. You only picked up one, right, Megan?
Yes.
Okay. And you've got it like you're like holding it in a cloth.
Yeah, I've like wrapped it, like fully wrapped it, burrito.
You're not
it,
putting it away though. You're just carrying it.
No, I was gonna put it in my bag.
Okay. Yeah. So then you you throw it in your bag and you move on. But yeah. So you notice the rat bites. She notices all that. Oh, everybody stretch. Thanks, Dirty Diver. Need those. That's good. And sorry, I was getting assets. There it is. The Rusty Tankard. Here we go. There's the Rusty Tankard for you. very busy, kind of workers space. There's quite a few jobs for the people who are willing to work that are healthy enough to get jobs. Fishing is probably the most dangerous, so the fishermen are looked at with a lot of pride. There's strange, large creatures in the sea that have taken quite a few fishermen over the years. But there's also some work in the ruins of what was the Institute. There's some work to be done to collect stone to build up towers. There's also a lot of gardening. One of the nastiest jobs is the protein factory, the protein paste factory. But those guys are pretty much guaranteed hours, guaranteed to get paid. Rusty Tankard's looking pretty rough and pretty wild right now. A lot of guys in there. Nobody you really recognize per se, besides this one lady who is a known gossip monger. Her name is Anthea. So much so that she's called Anthea the Informant by those behind her back. She tends to have her ear to the ground and knows many things about the comings and goings of town. Whether she'll tell you those things is kind of based on what you'll do for her, and if she thinks it's a safe source for her to say something to. She won't do anything to give you information if she thinks it'll cause her problems down the road.
Cool, yeah, I don't really trust her, so I'm going to go to the bar, get a tankard, and try to find just like an empty spot in like a corner of the room.
Okay, the Harvest Festival is also the Remembrance Festival, kind of the same thing. It goes hand in hand. So you go get a drink across the bar. Don't trust her, don't blame you. She's an interesting character, but she would have, probably knowledge of who you seek potentially.
Oh. Okay, well I thought I was okay, so I'm here to try and collect knowledge. I thought I was gonna find this person here. Yeah, I mean in that case I'll definitely like any information I can get. Yeah, I'll see if I can question her on the person I'm looking for. Maybe buy an extra tankard for her.
Oh yeah, she loosens her lips up real quick. She is happy to discuss whatever you'd like as far as that goes. She's a pretty decent looking dark-haired lady. She's in her maybe early 30s. She is one of the people who runs the Rusty Tankard. So she's not necessarily the owner, but she's known to stay there quite often and help out with things, and essentially kind of almost like entertainment of sorts because she's got stories to tell. Is there anything in particular you're asking her?
I was just at first, just very kindly saying like, "Hey, I'm looking for this person. Not sure where I'll be able to find them. I have some business with them. You understand? I'd really like to find them. If you have any idea where they are, I mean, obviously, like nothing bad will happen to them. I just
Did you have a name? I don't know if we talked about it early.
No, I don't have a name. It's just the person I'm looking for.
Okay. Yeah.
Good old Waldo.
Where's Waldo? So really, you would be. I mean, if you're being blunt with it, the name you would have would be Alexios. If you're getting right to it, Alexios is kind of who you'd be searching for. Yeah, Anthea. Here goes Anthea. She's like I said, kind of pretty, dark hair, green eyes, bulksome, etc. Lots of earrings, kind of wears a dress around. Not a fighter by any means. Definitely just like a back in the day, I guess they called them a wench. But yeah, let's see. Put that on. And you'd be looking for Alexios. However, asking directly for him, when you do that, she does. I don't really know an Alexios. But you can roll a persuasion to see if you could potentially talk her into like, oh, it's fine. Like I'm not with the guards. I'm looking for something else to do, kind of thing. Like you can see if you can like not necessarily riz her up, but
can't find persuasion on here.
So skills. It would be diplomacy. Sorry.
Diplomacy. Okay.
That's gonna happen a lot. Okay, I'm gonna be in Dungeons and Dragons a bunch, and I'm gonna say things, and you guys are like,
oh, that's cool. 19.
Okay, so what do you say to her? Give me like the rundown again.
I was like, I'm I know I have a history with the guard, but I got kicked out, so I'm looking for other means of employment, and I think Alexios would, be a good person to ask about this. So I'm just looking for him, just some business dealings that I'd like to start with this guy, and if you could point me in the right direction, obviously, if it's a secret, then you have to keep your secrets. But if you have any idea where they might be, I'm looking for them. So
she laughs and kind of leans forward, like showing off her wares essentially, and she kind of smiles, maybe a little inebriated, but she smiles and she says, I believe you. I think you'd be a good fit for him, and I have met him, but I don't know per se where he is. Why don't you hang out for a while, have a couple drinks, and just see, and maybe somebody he knows will come in. I can point you in the right direction if you're still here.
And I'll say thank you very much, and get I'm not gonna just give her money. I don't want her to come across as I'm paying her for information, it's
right.
like this is a secret deal or something. But I'll pay for a couple drinks for her or something.
Perfect. Yeah, you buy her the next couple. Next time you see her cup empty, you're get her a drink, and you do that a couple times. Yeah. Okay, that's perfect. So yeah, she obviously drinks them, and she drinks kind of slow. She's not she knows that if she gets hammered, she's pretty smart, even though she's kind of in a weird business of her own. She isn't an idiot, and she doesn't just get hammered. So she'll nurse her drinks a bit, but she will accept them, and she likes that you're giving to them. At a certain point, after a few an hour and a half or so of being there, she stops by with a plate of bread and cheeses and sits down and drinks her drink and just quietly shares. Just kind of local information. She talks about some of the different workers, and it's one of those things where if you're not a mother hen who wants to talk about a bunch of gossip, you're bored to the gills. She's she just starts going, oh yeah, and Sally, she can't tie her shoes for shit, or every time she's always got loose laces. And and then the muffin man is when he lived on Drury Lane, he made great cupcakes, but now his icing is a little runny, or she's just going over all kinds of things and stuff, but she's nice, and it's this, internally that she's got her ear to the ground. You've heard that she knows more people than most in this town. Okay, back to the slums alley back there. So you guys are chilling there. You hear the rats are literally throwing themselves against the sewer grate. The crates are jostling. They're as they are. You can hear them pound against it. The bub is there snoring a wheezing snore with you can hear the phlegm and the irritation in his lungs. He's in bad shape. This is somebody Petra should be treating based on the extent of his wounds. With your 18 knowledge nature, you could tell that he is he's been infected with something. You don't think that the source is necessarily the rat bites you see on his legs, but you wouldn't be surprised if the rat bites played a factor into it in some way, shape, or form.
Alright.
A couple bum children skip past, sadly.
So, I guess... Do I think that all of these rats are going to make it out of this, area here?
With the knowledge nature of 18, you would know that these rats, even regular rats, can get out of the tightest situations. So the crates have just slowed them down. There's still probably 60 or 80 rats down there that are either going to go out a different direction, or they're going to figure out a way to knock those crates, which they keep banging against, out of the way to where they can climb out the sewer grate again.
Okay. Well, do I still see Aelwyn there?
Yeah, she's not left. Her 40-pound raccoon has climbed over and wound himself up her leg onto her shoulder at this point, and he's trying to sit down, but he's just a little too big to perch on her shoulder like he used to. So like every time he starts to get settled, he starts to slide down and grabs her backpack and climbs back up. Eventually, after like a minute or two of this, he uses her backpack and her shoulders and like wears himself like a scarf on her, and his little tail keeps like going like this and occasionally hitting her in the face.
Visibly irritated by this, but secretly
loving it. He licks your face, and then like he reaches in your pouch and pulls out like your last like bread chunk that you've been like kind of nursing. Yeah. He pulls that out, and like you're not looking, and like he's like distracts you with his tail, but as he's reaching down, he like pulls it out. He's like eating it kind of quickly, like half in his mouth already. Like he's always hungry.
Mm-hmm.
Got the.
I smack his little paw and go, "Did you wash your hands?"
He shakes his head and shoves the other half in his mouth, and then runs off again. Like jumps down and goes back to the over where Eldric's caricature is on there.
I'm gonna walk up towards Aelwyn, and I'm gonna be like, an admirable start, but they'll return in greater numbers. I don't feel like this is a mere infestation. This is a symptom of something greater.
Sure. But not really something I'm ready to deal with. Do you have any ideas? Kind of would like to see what I'm up against before we're heading, I don't know, into the sewers.
Just because we're playing a game together and time doesn't matter, you're still at the Rusty Tankard, Tim. But you're sitting, we'll say the Rusty Tankard is like right in this blue building here. So like you're sitting here and you look out the window and you see them as these two people that you saw one of them, but now there's another one's joined her. As they're not looking towards the where the rats were, you see two like 50-pound big ass rats come out from around like over the corner. They come out over the crates and drop down and start pushing the crates out of the way. Aelwyn, your like spidey sense goes off essentially. What I mean is your raccoon goes ee! And like trails at you and point and like puts his two paws out, and like you see the crumbs fly out. He almost spits like some bread out as he's making weird noises and getting all flustered and poofing up. But two dog-sized dire rats have climbed out from the building and started to push crates aside. They are also scaly and bulbous and covered in festering boils and wounds, and they both have some kind of like scaliness to the skin patches where there's no fur. Roll initiative. Eldric, you can roll it as well, as you looked out just in time to see these two like literally, I'm talking like bigger than your dog, Tim.
Fair enough. I'm going to politely excuse myself from the table and say I just have to take care of something real quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah, so I'm going to retrofit that to where she came over with the bread and she's kind of earlier on, just so that, because it's only been like 5 minutes instead of an hour and a half. We're going to thin that back. So a few minutes ago, you had a little bit of bread, a little bit of cheese, and then you look back over your shoulder, you see these dire rats out there, and you excuse yourself and step out front, and we'll roll initiative and kind of go from there. What's up, Lane?
I just realized my mic was muted because my dogs were barking. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Rather you mute it.
Is it my turn? Am I starting?
Yeah, so you are at the top. Yeah, Aelwyn has the initiative.
Okie dokie. I was double checking my Osmyr stats. I haven't quite figured that out, but he's not going to be super helpful in this, so...
You probably don't want to get him bit either, just putting it out there.
If he bites someone, they make a con save against filth fever, so he's not exactly something you want to get bit by either.
That's good.
Takes one to know one, I guess. Okay, I'm going to Gosh, these things look a lot bigger than a swarm, so I'm actually going to switch to my bow and move back here behind this thing a little bit. The short bow, I thought I had a long bow.
So to be clear, the swarm was like, if it had all got out, it's a large, hundreds of hit points creature.
1 sec.
Like, these dire rats,
Right.
they're big and nasty.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
A bow wouldn't have helped with that.
No.
So I will just attack this number 9 right here with my short bow. 17 hits, yeah?
17 does hit. And it shows for you, right?
It doesn't say that it hits, no. All right. Hey, take that. Hi, baby. Take that 7 damage, and that is my turn. I'm going to say goodnight to my baby.
Okay. I'm trying to find... that needs to be turned on. We'll see if that does it. Okay. So you did that, and Malidryn Velkaris, you see her kind of back up behind you and shoot an arrow into the rat on the right. It takes the arrow, squeals, and starts to come toward, like, looks over towards you guys now, apparently noticing you both for the first time. It was focusing on pushing the crates.
Alright, well, I'm going to... make one of my little bombs that I have daily and throw it at dire rat. No. Did an 11 hit?
It misses.
Wah, wah.
Does your bomb explode? Does your bomb have, like, splash damage or anything?
Yeah, but I don't know how to do that word.
You don't know how it works?
Uh-huh.
So
I
you...
just know how to work.
What's the range? What's the splash coverage? What's it say?
Equal to the bomb's minimum damage. That's all it says. Nothing about a range on the splash damage or anything.
Okay, Megan, he's got splash with his bombs.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to figure out how much splash it is.
Mm-hmm. 1 moment, please.
Why doesn't it show you guys
I think it would be 5.
if you hit? So yeah, like it's a 5-foot thing from where you hit. So go ahead, roll a
No,
d.
it would be a 5. It would be 5 damage.
That it
I
does.
don't know how missing works.
Right. So which one are you aiming at? The one on the bottom.
9. Yeah.
Go ahead and roll a d8, with 1 being north and then everywhere around that clockwise. So okay, so that's going to be
deals direct damage to the target and splash damage to all creatures within 5 feet of the target.
so that's where it would land. And they're both within 5 feet, so whatever your splash damage is for with it, whatever it's both of them actually.
It's 5.
It is 5 for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll do 5 here and 12 there. That actually puts one of the rats down. The one you're aiming at does end up dead from it. The other one takes some damage. Are you going to move or use any other actions?
Yes, I'm going to move back here.
Okay.
You know, yeah, somewhere over in that vicinity there.
Okay. So you move back there, and we're going to get to Eldric. Or Eldric. I don't know why I do that. Eldric.
So Eldric, not going to be in a super rush here. He's not super worried about these rats. But as he's walking by Aelwyn, he's going to say, "Well, it looks like the rats are back and bigger than ever, huh?"
So you head over that way. You come out of the rusty tankard, and you like start walking that way. You kind of like do a one-handed vault over this like dilapidated wagon that's right here. You just like put your hand on it and like push off and like leap over, so you don't have to break your line to get to where you are. And then you say that to her.
Can I pull out my heavy crossbow?
Yeah.
Shoot at the rat?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna do that then.
100%.
How's that gonna work? I was targeting the rat. It doesn't look like it. Can I drag it? Nope. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I hit. Probably not.
Okay.
Can I drop my crossbow and pull out my sword now? Because I know I'm not going to be using that anymore.
I think that is fine because you've moved. You have one weapon you can pull out, and if you're going to drop it, you can use your remaining like time to pull another one. No, that's not real. You'll have to pull that out at the beginning of the next turn. So you'll drop and pull that out the next turn.
Cool.
All right, we've got Dire Rat 6. Now that he's noticed, he pushes one final box out of the way, and another rat comes out from behind there, and he like climbs right over, ignoring the bum. And then this rat is going to push forward towards the two of you, and he rears up on his haunches, go up. What fur is left stands on end. He's like greasy and spot covered. There's boils on him. He's just a nasty looking, kind of rot toothed dire rat, and he's going to lunge and try and bite Eldric. With a 9, I'm gonna miss. So he tries to bite you, and he just he gets a chunk of metal because you're in armor. So and it just like dinks against it, and he rears back and looks confused. The other one is gonna slide up on you as well, Eldric. Eldric. I'm gonna have to fix my word. Also, this one gets an 11, and also you deflect him away with your sword, Aelwyn. Or you deflect him away with your boot.
Mirror. Well, let's see. Short bow in hand, I can still pull that dagger out of my wrist thing, right?
Yeah, you have a wrist sheath, yeah.
So I'll just do that and slash it so that I can get out of the way quicker. Okay, so I guess I will do this. Hey, that's great. It's a 20 to hit.
You're having a good day so far.
Yeah, I'm apparently built for combat and not the rest of it. So that's 6 damage with my dagger.
Nice. So you finish off Rat
and
6.
Oh, perfect. So I'm going to then boop.
Feel free to describe it if you need to, or just do that. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, like, it rolls up on Eldric, and I've got my bow out and my machete's back in its sheath from when I sheathed it while I was wrapping up the rat. So, gosh, just this rat rolls up, and all I can do is, instead of dropping my bow and pulling back the string, I pull my dagger out and then just slice through the neck of this rat and like kind of jump back behind this next cart and let that rat bleed out.
I can share this. It's not a great looking picture, but it's good.
You didn't share the photo. You shared the stat.
Oh, it didn't.
Oh, there's a tab that's got pictures.
I went to Pictures tab and shared the pictures. There we go.
That's my right now.
There, that is.
Okay, and should be able to do this. It should look cool.
That's a hell of a rat.
Yeah, he's not kidding around.
Go ahead.
Okay, so map is happening. That's your turn,
That's my turn, yeah.
Malidryn.
Okay, yeah. Let's, yes, they're looking good, they're looking good. I'm gonna step up here, and I'm gonna be like, you have a talent for dispatching vermin.
Making small talk.
Yeah, if that I could help you, I would, but I feel like I'm more of a blunt instrument than this requires. That's just what I'm gonna do. Yeah. I can't blow them up.
Oh yeah, you only get one of those things a day. Do you have anything else you would want to do?
No, I mean, I have 5, but I just can't control the splash damage, so I literally can't blow him up.
You could throw past him.
Yeah, you could throw it behind him. And kill him with just the splash instead of a direct hit.
And you get a +2 to hit if you climbed up on that dilapidated wagon that he vaulted over.
I'm facing myself like that, guys. Thank you, though. You're just gonna have to kill these rats yourself, but I believe in you.
Yeah, I mean, you're a healer, not a fighter. I don't blame you. Eldric.
Alright. Eldric's gonna go ahead and whip out his great sword and take a swing at the remaining rat. Ooh, that's pretty good. Alright. And then I don't think I needed a critical to deal damage here, but
Hey.
oh, that's another attack. That's not what I wanted to do. How do I
You did confirm the crit though, so you do extra damage.
Oh.
So you do want to roll one more of those, -4.
Why does this say one? I rolled Gladius damage. Alright, I'm just gonna re-roll that.
Okay, and that was, which rat was that? Oh, this one.
He's super dead.
Oh wow.
There, that's
Okay, so you
He would
now
have been dead with a normal slash from my greatsword. But,
right. Okay, so you guys have now dispatched those dire rats. The rat swarm has kind of started to eke its way out, though. So you're getting not the full swarm at once, but a healthy chunk of these rats are gonna go ahead and show up. Let's see if I can throw them for you here. Oh, that one's crazy. You guys don't want that. Let's see. There we go, and let's see if I can do. Oh, hang on, I don't want them grouped together. Sorry, the options are kind of weird, so I have to make sure they're right. Let's try that again. And that's okay. I think that's doing. Yeah, it's doing it the way I want now. Okay, cool. So we're gonna. Eldric, did you just go?
Yep. I just went.
Okay, so then we'll have him come out.
Would I have seen these guys coming out?
Their turn. These three start after you. So you'd have seen Dire Rat 11, which is this one to the closest to the building there, who's literally sitting on the bum's lap right now.
Yeah, so obviously I wouldn't be intimidated by a single rat, and so I'd just stand my ground and
As soon as that one's done, though,
like
this Dire Rat 4 pushes forward, Dire Rat 5 pushes forward, and Dire Rat 12 comes out too. So they've pushed their way through the rubble and crates, and the banging of the swarm has stopped as the rats are starting to eke their way out like one or two at a time. So there's 4 here. Your guess is there's another at least 40 or 50 down below of these rats that are separating from the swarm. You've managed to thin it out almost like a sieve for this swarm. You've used the crates from the double crit that Aelwyn started the campaign with. Has managed to sieve these rats into a thin line of 2 to 5 at a time. But you've got 2 rounds before you'll see 2 to 5 more rats. So there's 4 here now. If we don't take them out quickly, you'll quickly be overran. See if I can make it a little sweeter. But you're up, Megan.
I will. What kind of cover is this cart here, or is that a cart? Is that providing cover for them at all, or anything? If I'm using my bow, I need to know how to move so that I can see them fully, or if they don't have cover, then I'm just gonna do it from here. Like if I just move up on that cart, I can shoot over it, no problem, right?
Yeah. So the cart's it's either a +2 or a -2. If you're on the cart, it's a +2. If you're not, it's a -2.
On the cart?
A la carte? What? So wait.
On the cart?
So this cart right now, if you jump up on top of it, you get a +2 for height. If you're behind it, it's -2 for cover.
Okay. I have to move and then shoot, or shoot and then move. I can't flip that in Pathfinder, right?
Yeah, I don't think you can shoot, move. I don't think you can break it up.
Okay. Ugh. Hate that. I guess I'll get on top of it. No. Can I get on top of this one?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I don't want to get, like, right up on that. And then I can just hit... I have a +2 if I'm on top of this cart, too.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh no, it's even there because you're not, because you have the cart in front of you that's bigger, so it's even there.
Perfect.
The front one will be +2.
I'm good with even. No, I'm good with even. Dire at 4 is my mark.
Oof.
And a 9 probably doesn't hit.
It does not hit, and I'm not sure why it's not showing you guys. I don't know what setting I'm missing here. Because I know there's a setting to make you guys be able to see the hits. Show GM rolls off. Show results to players.
There.
Okay, let's try that.
That's what you want.
Okay.
I'll roll the attack again, but I don't need to... Oh, shit. Here. There.
Now you guys can see it?
Yeah, now I can see it.
Okay, cool.
Oh, alright, I missed. That was my turn. Bummer.
Malidryn Velcaris. You seen these filthy rats coming out left and right, getting in here, chittering, looking disgusting, giving a hard time. I thought you were rolling up on him, bro. I was like, oh. He's excited for you. Okay. That's next to the cart, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna move up next to the cart, I guess, or... You know what? I got 10 more feet of movement. I'm gonna go onto the cart.
Okay.
So this is gonna give me a +2 bonus.
Yes, sir.
I move like here.
Perfect.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and throw another potion of disadvantage, I guess. Or another bomb, if you will.
Okay, you missed the rat. Roll a d8. Which one were you aiming at? Okay, 4. Alright, so that'll be a 3. So 1, 2, 3. So that's going to be right here, which is only going to do 5 to 4.
Okay, 5 to 4. 3, 2, 1. That's it.
Okay. Dire Rat 11 is going to leave his bum buddy, hop down, and he's going to come straight up to Eldric with his bite. I need a 14 to hit. 12! Oh, not confirmed crit. I critted, but he did not confirm. So that's good. I'm going to need you to roll a Constitution or Fortitude save. So you take 3 damage. You are not diseased. You just 1 point over the requirement for Filth Fever. So you did not give you Filth Fever. So that's good, because Filth Fever is nasty. And that is his turn. So Eldric Ashenheart.
Alright. I did not like getting bit by a rat, especially a dirty one. So we're going to go ahead and teach that rat a lesson.
You're pulling out your Gladys or your two-handed greatsword?
Oh, I already got my greatsword out.
Okay.
Nothing else is going to happen here. Miss.
Not a miss. Oh my god, bro. You guys aren't rolling.
Alright, so here's the thing. Is my weapon focus bonus getting added here?
Should be. Let me look. You have a base attack bonus of 1, strength bonus of 4. No, it's not. So that'd have been a 10. His armor class is higher than that. His leathery hide is higher than
so
10.
I just need to modify that bonus.
So we're going to do it in actions. I've got your greatsword you're focused on. And bonus. I'll just add it right here. There you go. It's in there now.
Cool. And then, like, the other question is, when I'm using power attack, I didn't want to use it there because, like, if I hit this thing, it's dead. But if I'm using power attack, is there a way to, like, is there coding to, like, actually...
There is. We have to do it. We'll have to add a... Let me see. Yeah, we figured it out. Let me see if I can do it. I don't know if I have the Rob Tui stuff for Pathfinder.
No, it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
That's cool. I'll probably be fighting rats this session, so I'm not going to use power.
So all you really do, though, is in the bottom left-hand corner where it says modifier.
Yeah, just -1.
Yeah, just hit -1 in there, and it's fine. And then after that, for your damage,
Plus
you just...
2.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, I think it's plus...
Yeah, it's 2.
Cool.
That's you?
easy coding. I can add that for you.
Yeah, me and Megan are going to probably have a lot to do after this. Because Pathfinder is, I mean, I know it's different, but it's really crunchy, and there's a whole bunch of shit, so this is a good time. Dire Rat 4 is going to skitter over here and start to climb up onto this crate where he sees warm meat, smells of potion shops, and he's going to attempt to bite Malidryn. But because he's scrambling up the crate, he has no skills at that. Doesn't manage to do it. This one's going to move forward to here. This one's going to move forward to here. And then top of next round, more rats will arrive. Aelwyn.
Sure. I'm going to... Let's go for number 4. With my short bow. Hey, that's better. That'll hit. A 16. Hey, look. That. I killed it. I did you a solid. You're welcome. And that's my turn.
Which one did you kill?
I killed Dire Rat 4, the one that's up on the cart with
Oh wow!
Malidryn.
Nice work. That was a pretty healthy blow then.
I was just 7.
Yeah, still, you hit him. That's what matters. All right, Malidryn,
Yeah, I hit him,
one that was on you is no more as your acquaintance.
Right as it goes in for a bite, it takes an arrow straight through the face and just falls off of the
Oh,
cart.
nice.
In
Absolutely.
front of you.
I love that for us. I think that's exactly what happens too. Nicely done. All right, Malidryn.
Well, well. What I'm going to do here is plan ahead. What?
It's plan ahead.
First and foremost, I'm going to throw another bomb at Dire Rat. Well, this time that's actually a damage dice. Attack. Yeah. That's a 3 on my D8 and I missed.
So you know where it goes, right?
I know, okay.
One is north, and you're aiming for 15.
12.
Oh, so it lands back here, behind him on this bushel. So you'll do 5 damage to 12. Man, those bombs are nice for like doing some splash damage.
They're also nice for doing direct damage as well.
You just have to hit with them. Is that how that works?
Yeah, they do.
Alright. Eldric, the rat tries to gnaw on you again. You just battle away with your sword. Oh, did you have something else, Eric?
Yeah, I'm going to move
Okay.
down to where this card is right here. Perfect.
On the ground, though.
Yeah, I'm now on the guy, not flying. So,
Okay. Eldric.
that's it. I'm going to move.
Then, alright, cool. Yeah, Eldric, I'm gonna move around here, to get better positioning on these 2 dire rats. And we're gonna start off by attacking dire rat 15. Uh, 17's gonna hit. And we'll do our damage here. Yep, 15's gonna kill it. Or 12
Yeah.
damage will kill it. I'm gonna use Cleave to attack Dire Rat 11 as well.
Love Cleave. So excited to be getting back to something like that. So disappointing in fighting to
a
just
miss.
like overkill something and not be able to do anything about
Oh, I
it.
know. He has actual cleave, which is great. Now I have a bonus
Yeah.
to hit you, though, because you cleaved.
Right, yeah, I get -2 to my AC, which will need to be coded too, but...
Well, that's fine.
Oh.
We didn't do all that. We didn't have time. So Eldric, anything else?
I don't... Can I do anything else, really? I don't think I can.
I think that's it.
So, yeah. That's it.
So roll something for me, Eldric. It would be a skill, so it would be... everybody add the skill in. I think there's a way to add them, right? Create item. There we go.
Yeah, oh,
Add knowledge to your skill list. Local. And it's going to be intelligence.
all knowledges are intelligence.
Yep. And each of you is going to have a different knowledge local. So yours is going to be knowledge local city watch, Eldric. Megan, yours is going to be knowledge local slums. And yours is going to be knowledge local courts, Eric. I already did yours, Tim. So I want, at this point, really the only one that matters is going to be yours, Tim, if you want to roll the city watch.
Fair enough.
And it's all, and consider it trained too, so you can
That's
mark.
what I was just getting ready to ask.
Because it's just basic knowledge, so it should be.
Yeah, so you add... Oh, no, you don't add anything to it unless you've got ranks in it, right?
Right. And I'm not giving you guys any ranks, it's just going to be based on intelligence, but I want you to have it. No, you can each have a rank in it, because you're all from here. So you each have a single rank.
But...
And then you do want to roll yours, Eldric, because it could apply. You did. Okay, so 13. It's just enough. I needed a 12. With your intrinsic knowledge of the city watch, you know that even though the slums are less patrolled than the main strips, there is typically a patrol that comes around here like once or twice an hour, depending. You can't quite remember if they do 2 times in this sector or if it's just 1. But if you made enough noise, you might actually be able to get them to come and help. Just depending. Thing is, you still have your guard whistle from training.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm gonna blow my...
You'll get in trouble for using that?
That means maybe, but you're not. I mean, you're not sure, but it could come in handy.
I would know that actually. I would actually know whether or not I would
roll knowledge city watch again.
Yeah, I feel like I would know that. Like,
let's find out what you know. You think under the right circumstances, okay. You also think that if you overuse it, or if it was like a kind of like the boy who called wolf kind of thing, you would definitely get in trouble and potentially even arrested.
Okay, well, I'm not really that
worried yet.
I think I'm in a dire situation right now. Like,
sure, a dire rat. You're in a dire rat situation for sure.
Right. So like, I'm just gonna call for the guards. Like, I'm just gonna say guards, and if they hear me, that's fine. If not,
okay.
Like, I'm in a situation right now where there's rats, but I'm not gonna use anything that's gonna get me into trouble. Potentially.
Okay, no, that's perfect. And then we've got these guys got a couple I can take off here that we killed. Dire rat.
I'm just gonna ask how we were supposed to tell the difference.
Do they not show up their health on for you guys?
No, not really. I mean,
when you hover over them, they should show up.
Oh, okay, yeah, when you hover over, they do.
And then Pathfinder doesn't have advantage, does it? It's just a bonus for flanking?
Correct.
What's the bonus? Is
it makes them flat-footed, I think, right?
Yes, absolutely. Okay, cool. I love that you're here. Okay, Eldric. It's been so long since we played this. Eldric.
It has been so long.
It's been like 4 or 5 years.
Yes, they lose their dex bonus, basically.
Yep. Your flat-footed is 14, so I just need a 14 to hit you. So I'm going to just roll it here. I rolled a 20. So that's going to be good enough to hit you, Eldric, who's yelling for the guard. You take 2 and roll a fortitude save for me.
No.
It's the second 20 that's been rolled against me.
First one was a crit, though.
Yeah, that was a dirty one.
That was a dirty 20.
Oh, so dirty. So dirty.
So filthy. Yeah.
Why can't I find this?
It's fine. It's under. It's on your first page on the bottom right.
Oh no.
That's just Constitution. You're gonna want the actual Fortitude save.
Oh, where is it?
On the bottom right of the main page, it says Fortitude plus 5.
Oh, okay. Well, plus 5's better.
Yeah. Okay.
That's better.
It's much better. That's what you wanted.
You needed that.
You did indeed need that. Okay, there's that. Top of the round, some more Rizzy rats. And how much yelling are you doing?
Just a short shout. I just yelled guards. That's it. Nothing to explain the situation or anything like that. I'm just like, I could use some guards in this vicinity basically as a yell, but not just to get their attention if they're around.
Did you say more rats are popping out right now?
Yep. Top of the round. They'll pop out.
Watching this happen. Right?
So they're gonna pop out on their actual turns, but yes, they are popping out. So here's one.
So currently on my turn, I'm not seeing.
Well, you see that one popping out. and you'll see this one pop out.
Okay, well, in an effort to communicate, I'm going to shout, "There's more rat coming!"
And these two start to work on the crates to try to release the swarm.
Sure, why wouldn't they? Dire Rat 12 is my target. I'm going to shoot my short bow. You know what I haven't been keeping track of? Is this my 5th turn?
Fourth round.
This is the 4th round?
Yes.
Cool. Then I say that's the 4th arrow. Well, that's a hit. That's cool. Hopefully. Bummer.
Oh.
So just enough?
You disabled him? That's funny. He's not dead. He's disabled. He's at 0 exactly. So he falls. He's like
exactly
raspily breathing on the ground. You know?
Okay. Good enough for me.
I suppose.
Another one bites the dust. And at least you're not flat-footed anymore. So, another one taking that was also a pretty clean shot. So that one is like right through the cheek. Just
yeah.
It goes in for another bite, and it's these are clean hits, guys.
You murked him pretty good. Let's go with Malidryn. The other two rats that come out are working on moving. They're smart but stupid, so they're pretty good sized rats, but they're having trouble moving these crates, mainly because part of the roof fell down too. So it's quite a bit more than just a couple of crates. That double nat 20 is killing some stuff.
Heyo.
We'll take it.
That'll never happen again.
Well, yeah, one time is the only time.
Well. I'm going to move all the way to here, I guess. Moving past Dire at 11. Let's kind of like jump over his tail. Hold on, actually, let me see what the range on this is. You know what? Let's do something entirely different. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out this grenade that you were so kind to give me. I have a fuse grenade and some flash powder, I guess. I got some ingredients here. What I want to do is use my craft trap skill, and I'm going to strap that grenade to the front of this little wagon I'm next to right here, and I'm going to yell out.
The wagon to your left is down, like, it's only got 1 or 1.5 wheels on it. The other one's it's busted. But it's a broken-ass, dilapidated wagon. It's not like a working cart.
Well, I needed that to be a working cart. I'm going to spend a penny for it to be a working cart.
I'll allow it. One time, just in honor of Savage Worlds and how much fun we had. You managed to, if you take this turn to make your trap and put the wheel back on, you can make it a cart with a successful roll. And that'd be, what, craft or something? I don't know.
Traps. With 16.
You can manage to craft the cart into a rolling trap. It's a 3-wheeled rolling trap, but it'll move. It'll do what needs done.
I don't want to be like, I'm going to yell out to them. I'm going to be like, we should roll this into the corner, and hopefully it will collapse everything over there.
I love that for you guys.
Okay, and that's it.
Okay, cool. Let's see. Next. Direct 11. He's going to go ahead with his flat-foot attack on you. There's no way for me to I just have to basically just do +2 if I want to.
No, you have to apply he's not flat-footed anymore.
Oh, that one's dead. Yep, you're right. Okay, cool. So then I won't do
But
that.
there's an effect you can apply.
Yeah, I just have to get used to Pathfinder again. I like the fucking crazy bongo drums.
No, like, on the top right under tools, one of the buttons is effect.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it says flat-footed.
Oops. There we go. It missed him anyway, and then it's your turn, Eldric.
Alright. I'm going to take another swipe at Dire Rat 11. We'll see how my great sword fares.
And are you still caterwauling for the city guard?
Yeah, I'll yell again.
Okay.
I'm still not that threatened by them because, I mean, there's only 3 rats right now.
Sure.
But, yeah,
Yeah.
more than enough damage to kill a rat.
Sorry, haven't been here in a little bit.
So after
Just been
killing
going
that
through a
rat, I can
stressful
see the other
time
2
in
coming
life.
out. I see what they're doing too, right?
Yeah, they're trying to move the crates and the slab of rooftop that she knocked down onto the kind of. It's like a larger sewer grate. It's like a 5 foot by 5 foot square slatted sewer grate that they were coming through. That's how they got out the first time.
And
Okay.
this other guy back here said we need to roll this trap over there and try to collapse everything on them.
Yeah, the roof is still there, and the building itself is pretty busted. If you guys were to really explode the crap out of it, he just pinged where the thing is.
My sub is finally
Okay, well, I guess
showing,
I'll go over there and
thankfully.
help with that situation.
Gotcha. Let's see. Okay. I think those rats are they're loud, bro.
They are.
They're pissed. All right, so you're gonna move back there. You will take an attack from Dire Rat 11. You
No,
just killed
10.
him. You just killed him. Never mind. It doesn't show him like dead on here unless you have to look over. It's kind of weird. Even the syntax
And
is.
Rat 12 is dead too.
I got you. It shows it over here somehow. No, 12 is disabled. He's not dead.
Sorry.
I'm just saying. I mean, sort of. Okay, so you move over. You killed the one, and you move over there to the cart. You guys are going to work together to do it. Now, good news is that the guards have heard you, and they've started to kind of work their way in here. The bad news is more rats are showing up. Where's this one at? He's not there yet either. Okay, let's get him on the scene. And get him on the scene. And so a full city patrol of like guards that look like they fell right out of the Sword in the Stone Disney movie showed up. They look just like the brother almost. Like, not quite, but like their garb and stuff is giving, Sword in the Stone older brother vibes. Kind of. But yeah, so those guys show up with their, what do they got on them? They've got gizarms, masterwork gizarms, long swords on them, and javelins. So they've got some healthy group of weapons on them. And we're back to the top for Aelwyn. I need to roll to see how many more rats make it out. 2 more. I'm gonna throw them on here and add them later when their turn shows up.
Right. Aelwyn is going to provide suppressing fire with a single arrow.
Oh no. I love that.
So I get a +2 because I'm on top of the new one. And I'm gonna hit this one in front right here, 16. Well, even with the +2,
Done.
got a little caught up in switching carts.
Mm-hmm.
It is just suppressing fire. Suppressing fire is not really much other than
Just
a
keep
distraction.
him at bay. That's all you were trying to do. I get it.
No, I'll keep them distracted. Push the card in there.
Okay. They've managed to move a corner off. I'm going to start rolling a D8 instead of a D6 for how many come out. And that. And Malidryn. Are you going to wait for Eldric to help you push this thing?
Yep.
He goes back.
Okay. So on... Where's this guy at? He's right here. Comes out of the side of this building. He pops out right in front of the guards. He's going to attack this guard. And miss miserably. Eldric, he says, help me push this cart, or whatever. I don't know what he says. What do you say? Why don't you guys communicate?
Help me push this cart.
Oh, yep, he says exactly what I thought he would say. Help.
Fair enough.
Okay.
I'm good at pushing things.
I've heard that about you. He said it was pretty standard work that you do there. Okay. So I don't know. I'm trying to think like what you would need to do. Like, do you have like a vehicle skill or something?
Nah, I have riding. It doesn't really count here, I don't think.
Strength check or combat maneuver?
Yeah, let's do combat maneuver. It's like D&D, sort of.
Where's...
So your combat maneuver is
Combat maneuver is on the combat tab, the very bottom, CMB.
Oh, like combat.
Yeah, see
okay.
it? Bottom left corner. So I'll have you both roll your CMB.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. You guys get this thing pushing and popping, and like there's a bunch of stuff in the way. Like there's all these crates and stuff in the way, but you managed to turn it. And I'm gonna click on the screen with the ping mode, so it goes like from here to here to here to over this dead rat to up to here and then to right to here. Like you guys kind of like wiggle and jiggle it through like a bad wheeled shopping cart that you're trying to get through the store, and it like drags and stuff. But you guys managed to shove it your full movement. Well, it'd be half your movement for combat for the push, but for shenanigans, we'll just say it's full movement on this round. So you guys managed to push the cart and take yourselves right up in the grip here. So the cart is now moved right there from here. And then what do you have to do to set it off, Eric? Like, because it's a trap, right? So he's essentially Eldric has pushed it, you've guided it, and then I'm going to allow your action to be setting the trap off on them if you'd like.
Okay, yeah.
If you want to do it on Rat 16, if you're trying to push it up in the full mix there, it's going to be next round.
Yeah, we'll wait till next round then.
Okay. Okay, guard. He's going to pop forward out of his unit here. He's got his arm out still. He's going to swing on Dire Rat 30 with it. 100% hits. Let's see, it's going to be a pretty healthy blow. And the guards here are, I mean, they're respected, and they're pretty hefty. They're pretty good at what they do. They're not like your guards you talk shit to and make fun of and hope for the best. No, they're the ones you probably leave alone and try to avoid it whenever possible. He does not manage to kill it, but he takes a nice chunk out of its neck. This rat, he's going to skitter over this way. Osmyr screeches down from like 10 feet up on the wall. He's literally hanging on some like loose cobblestones or like stones and parts of this dilapidated, abandoned building, and he's like hanging down and hissing and spitting at the rat down below. Dire Rat 2 is going to have to show him up. He'll come out of the mess. This guard is going to use his reach on his gizarm to attack the same rat. He misses. And Rat 6 back there, he's still working on some crates. He wants to help the team get those out. 16 is of the same mentality. Guard 3 has his Gizarm. Oh yeah, 17 on the dice. There's no way he doesn't kill this thing. Kills that rat, and we're down to rat. We're down to the other guardsman, who's going to jump forward to right ahead of here, staying mostly in formation. And he'll swing his Gizarm around at this one that Osmyr's yelling at. But he says, "There's one on the wall! There's a big, huge, weird striped one on the wall!"
No!
Game 1, Osmyr gets murdered. Oh, the rat is in critical condition. He did hit that one. Osmyr hears you yell no and climbs up another 5 feet just out of their reach. And we'll go to the top. Aelwyn, I'm going to roll my d8, see how many more rats are going to show up. 7. What's
Yeah,
great?
it's a lot of rats.
Yeah, they keep.
I'm gonna yell, Osmyr, roof! And make him climb all the way up and take cover. And then I'm gonna try to shoot an arrow at this 16 again. I'm assuming since that cart is there now, my +2 is down to a 0 again.
Yes.
But short bow, die rat 16. Ugh. Bummer.
Okay.
Alright, well.
Looks like a target-rich environment for a bomb.
So I am going to.
I hope so hard that this goes off. Okay.
Back to the other cart.
Why didn't it work? Combat highlighter. I'm gonna have to just turn that off. I don't really like it. Okay, cool. You gonna do what now?
Oh, I'm just moving back again. I don't like where I am.
Oh, okay. Those rats are doing what they can to work on the. Now they're all trying to move. The lot of them are working together to move the actual roof that you knocked down. The chunk of the roof that came down when you did it. Malidryn, you wait for Eldric. Well, I don't know what the fuck my deal is. Eldric, and you guys work together, and now you can push it again. Give me another combat maneuver. 13 from Eldric. 11. I just needed 10. You guys shove this cart up in that rat mix, rolling over some of them, and it gets pushed right up into the mix of them, right into the dead center of them. Let me go ahead and make sure all these little rats are showing up. I don't know if I like this theme, but it's okay, I suppose. Okay, what happens here, Eric? How's this work for your bomb?
Okay, yeah, well, no. We'll just say that we push it into this very corner right here.
Yep.
And I have rigged it with, when I made the bomb, I used the flash powder as well, and that will actually just explode when it hits the wall there. So it's just going to blow up right here, and it has a 10-foot radius from right there.
Okay, so 10 foot. Right there? Or right there?
Right there.
I like right there.
Right there, yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and target all of those creatures, and then you can get the one on the top right there, the Dire 26. Are you targeting them?
Is that a 5-foot radius or a 10-foot radius?
It's 10 foot.
Yeah, good.
5, 10. That's fine. I'm okay with that. And honestly, we can do.
The grid is like not actually on. It's just like
No, yeah, that's just the cobblestone street. Yeah, there's no actual grid. I don't know if I'm going to use grids. They get in the way. They're annoying.
I don't know if I'm targeting these guys or not.
Yeah, you've got 4 targeted.
Right.
Here, I got
Can you
you.
move your purple out of the way?
I got it. You're targeted. I think that's it. I think you got them all.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7? 2, 29, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There should be not. There should be 10, right?
Yeah. Which one are you not having targeted?
Looks like Dairat 2 is not being targeted.
Dairat 2 is the first target.
Oh, that is the first one.
2 is good. 29 is good. 5? There you go. 5. 16?
3?
Got them all. There you go.
Okay.
I think we got them all. We'll know by the time we clear some of these out.
You just want to. I need a dex save.
If you click the button, it will roll the dex save problem with your DC.
I had to make this because it wasn't coded.
Oh, you don't have the dex save coded in?
What else would give? That makes it hard, doesn't it? Which one are you using?
The code isn't difficult. If you right click, add action,
You
and
know
then
what?
add
No, I'm just going with it. Some of those might have taken half damage. If you were so inclined.
I mean, I am because he didn't roll it right.
We didn't have it coded. That's one with it.
It didn't kill them all anyway, and there's literally 40 more down there, so I'm just gonna make it happen. It's fine. Now, what's the flash powder do?
It would make them roll to see if they were blinded.
What's the range on it?
Input. Alpha.
Oh, perfect. So you guys are just outside of it. Nice work. And then what is that? Is it a wisdom save?
For blinded, it would be fortitude, wouldn't it?
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, 42 to 13.
All 3 of them made it. They're not blinded.
How are they still alive if they've been wounded for more HP than they have?
8? Some of them.
Dairat 16 has 8, but 26.
Oh, these 2.
Oh, wait.
You're right. They're dead. I didn't see the trash cans. Well, the one that made it. So this is. How's that look, Eric? Why don't you go ahead and let us know how that looks?
Yeah. Feels dead enough to me.
He's saying describe it.
Yeah.
Oh, look. Yeah. So yeah, as the cart blows in, like, it kind of just whoosh. The cart kind of turns into the shrapnel, carrying through the rats. The rest are blown back by the force of it, and they're just kind of thrown against the far walls. There's definitely a bright flash, but it doesn't seem to affect the single rat that's left.
There's a 25% chance that the explosion rocked the building and took that corner down. Which I just rolled it inside 25%. So real stupid, but it happens. The corner of this building tumbles down onto the rats and right here. And let's see, there's a 5% chance you crush the bomb as well. So I'm gonna roll that and see. You did not crush the bomb. He didn't even move. He just is laying there, real super sick. Like, he's sicker than most of the patients you've seen in the slums helping Petro this last 6 months. The final ebbs of your initial training with Alaric. the potion master. Yeah, so that building is crumbled there now, covering up the rat swarm's entrance, their exit from the sewers they have. There's still 3 rats down there, 4 rats still visible out here. One of the guards is up. He's going to step forward, staying outside the rat's initial reach. He's going to go ahead and whack it for a 20 on the dice total, not a dirty 20, and then he puts that rat down and back into the dirt. We have guard 9 here. He's going to take his full double there forward. Roll a knowledge local for you, Eric. I'm sorry, Tim. Tim, not Eric. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You recognize him. His name's Petey. The guard. He's one of the. He's a newer guard. He's a class ahead of you. He wasn't.
Like, as he's walking by, I'm like, hey, Petey.
Oh, hey. Heard what happened, man. Sorry to hear it.
What happens?
Can't all be guards. He kind of shines his guard patch on his armor. Dire Rat 39 is going to skitter forward towards you, Eric. Velcaris here. He's going to skitter up to you, and he's going to bite you. Hitting with an 18. And you take 4 points of damage. Roll a fortitude save. That's plenty. 19 on the fortitude save. That's plenty to save. So you do not take any damage. You don't get sick. Another rat here. He's going to bite you as well. Dire Rat 15. He's going to bite at you. Try to get you. Crits. And confirms. So that's going to be. Oops. He critted again.
Yikes. Not confirmed though.
It didn't. It didn't need to happen anyway. It's just this. I need you to roll another fortitude save. Why do I keep doing the wrong kind of thing? There we go. Okay, and then roll that fortitude save again, Malidryn. Malidryn is looking real rough. He just had 2 back-to-back rats latch on and start just chomping on him. He's literally as close to death as you can get. Okay, but you did not get the fever from him, so that's good. And after that, we've got this right here. He's going to jump forward at Eldric, though. He's not. He sees his buddy's got the little potion master in check. 16 is going to hit. Need a fortitude save, Tim, and you're going to take 2 damage. You're at about half, so you've contracted filth fever.
Gosh, it takes a while to clear up too.
Okay, so reroll 4s. So okay. Okay. You got a few days before it kicks in, so we'll have to mark that on the calendar. Does it let you edit the calendar? Can you guys put stuff on there?
It's gonna start in 2 days.
Yeah. I just put it on there. There we go. In 3 days. All right, cool. So that's good. We've got Dire Rat 15 just hit Eldric. I got this guy. He's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Right behind you. He's got reach with his weapon, so he will attack that Dire Rat that just bit you. But he misses. So the one will come up behind his buddy here. He will try to hit the one that just hit you. He misses. And Aelwyn.
Dire Rat 39.
Okay.
hit.
Okay.
Gosh, not much damage though. A 4.
Okay.
But, you know, I'm doing my best to help my, I don't know, the people that are helping me.
And guard 10 yells, "You guys handle those ones there. I'll get this one on the roof. Or on the wall over here." And roll persuasion.
It's a raccoon, you idiot.
A raccoon? I've never heard of such a thing. It's possessed. Is this magic? Should we get the Inquisition?
I'm rolling diplomacy?
Yeah.
Ugh. 12.
You think you've convinced him. He doesn't attack it. He looks at it, looks back at you, and kind of gives you an eyebrow. Like,
It's my pet.
you're the pet rat lady? That's sick!
He's clearly not attacking anyone.
Malidryn.
Let him hide on the roof in peace. You get the filthy things. Not my sweet baby boy. And then
Same
I
noise.
shoot the dire rat by Malidryn.
Yeah, the one you shot. Yep, perfect. Alright, Malidryn. You got 3 rats pretty close to you, 2 right on top of you, 1 on Eldric.
I am going to use one of my level 1 alchemical concoctions to heal myself.
Hey, that's not bad.
Yeah, you take a quick 7 points back. You're almost full.
And then...
Very nice.
Get the fuck out of here. I'm getting the fuck out.
You're like,
Oh.
So you'll take 2 attacks of opportunity.
Yeah, here's the thing. I don't have a lot of faith that they wouldn't attack me if I just stood here anyway. So that's part of my motivation there.
1 hits,
I'm gonna do it anyway.
1 misses. Give me a fortitude save. Hey, you still have more health on you now than you did when you first started.
Not a 1, 5.
Alright, and reroll 4s. And I'll put you on the calendar as well. Trying to use the calendar more because it's just helpful to keep track of stuff. Alright.
If you hear the things you need to use the calendar for, you monster.
Alright, and Eldric Ashenheart.
Yep, Eldric's he's gonna move around to get a better position. He's gonna go here and then here and then here.
Okay, that's gonna be his flat-footed is gonna be
Flat-footed.
so yeah, your armor class. He loses his dex bonus to armor class, so his AC flat-footed is actually the same because he has 0 for. No, he's got no. It's not. Why is he? It's 14. Touch is 14. Oh, it's 11. You need an 11 or better. So I can.
Why don't you put the effect on him?
You guys are mean. All right.
11 or better. What do you mean?
Nothing.
His AC is now 11 instead of what it was.
There you go.
So
The Dirat's AC?
act like
Yeah, I fixed it.
it's a lower AC. It's instead of getting advantage like we do for D&D when you have them flanked, they just lose their dex bonus. So the same thing happened to you.
Okay. Well, I'm attacking Dirat. Yeah, I'll attack 16 first. Why not? If he's flat-footed.
He is indeed.
Hey, that'll
There
do.
we go. There's a 20.
Yeah, we like those. Was it a crit?
And
Oh no, just a dirty 20.
yeah, it doesn't matter. He's still dead. And then I'll use Cleave to attack Dirat 15 as well.
So I'll let it slide. Just so you know, cleave they have to be adjacent. So that
I thought they were supposed to have to be in range.
Adjacent to the other creature, so they have to actually like be next to each other. Pretty sure if you look at that retroactively.
Yeah, I think they might have mentioned adjacent.
So I'll let it slide because it doesn't matter. But
yeah, that kills him. 15 to that one. That one's dead too.
And oh yeah, it's the top. I gotta roll to see. It's gonna be a D4 now though, because you guys covered it up with that stuff. Okay, cool, perfect, exactly what I needed. Okay, Eldric went guard 10. Does a quick look over at Osmyr. Looks over at Aelwyn, who has a bow, and decides he'll go form up with his boys and see if he can take out this final rat he sees here. He hits it.
He hits.
7 takes it out. Unfortunately, as soon as he finishes, a rat pokes its head up out of the of all of the trash and heaps of things, as well as and guard 9. And there's this pile of like roof and like steaming and like burning stuff where that bomb went off, but he's gonna slide up and stand on top of it, uses his weapon to attack this big rat right here in front of Eldric. 19 on the dice, 26 total. He disables that one. It's not dead, but it's disabled. And we've got 2 more that show up. Getting out of the gunk is their kind of whole maneuver, so they don't get to do anything. So he's going to attack this one. Direct 21 is getting attacked. 13 is going to miss. Guard 5 is going to go help his boy. Let's see. He definitely hits with a over 19. He Merkensteins that one. We're back at the top. I need to roll a d4 for more rats. Okay. Go. Aelwyn.
Sure. Back to the front cart. Thanks.
I'm fine.
Direct 19.
Okay. Hey! No, not confirmed. It was a 2 though. Just needed another 0 and have been on point.
Yeah. Oh well. Golly, these ones.
Hey, that 4 points did it though.
Thank goodness. Keep rolling 1 on that die. Every round. Alright, well.
So that's it. Malidryn.
That's it. That one almost went, like, directly between that rat's 2 eyes. It was so clean.
Yeah, I'm going to move up to right chat. Next to this guard number 9. You're not moving me up next to guard number 9.
I got you, buddy.
And then I'm going to go ahead and throw another bomb at a fire red heat. Unfortunate.
Okay, roll a d8. At Direct 8, you said. So 3 is going to land right next to it on the right there.
Alright, so that's 5 damage to 8 and 5 damage to 16.
Okay. And
I'm going to move back again. That's it.
You can break up movement in this? I don't remember.
I don't think you can. I think there's a feat for it.
Yeah, I think you have to like do all your movement at once. But that's okay. Eldric.
Alright, I'm taking a swing at Direct 21 with my greatsword.
I love that you're fighting these rats with a giant two-handed sword.
Well, there are giant rats, so it makes sense.
They're pretty big.
They are.
17 will hit.
Yeah.
And pretty much any roll here will kill it, and so it's dead. And I'm gonna move kind of more in formation with the guards, because like I'm just gonna fall back into my training, so that we're like forming kind of a wall to take on these rats.
Sure.
And since I'm injured, I'm kind of cycling back.
Okay. No, that's good.
Then yeah.
Okay, guard 10. He's gonna step forward, seeing that you're injured. He steps forward, like using the same training. They start to kind of work cohesively towards the same goal here. He's gonna hit Dire Rat 8. With a total of 20 on the dice. That's good enough. And it took 5 already, thanks to Malidryn. 8 more is gonna finish him off. We've got Dire Rat 16. He's gonna screech angrily and charge forward and like leap off the smoldering pile of building and trash that you knocked onto him, and he's going to try to bite guard 10, but miss. Guard 9 is going to see him leap and going to swipe his guy's arm in the air and try to like get him, but miss. Guard 3 does the same thing, which batting his buddy's weapon out of the way at the exact same time as he swings. And he actually does hit. And it should do it. I mean, I don't know how much. Yep, nails him. And then you hear the chittering and chattering of the tons of rats in the sewer down below kind of fade away. As it sounds like maybe the other 30 plus rats have moved down the sewer somewhere at this time, and we are out of combat. The guards kind of look you over. Like you said, one of them looks to Malidryn and says, "Hey, aren't you that healer from the slums? You look familiar."
Yes.
That wasn't magic, was it? There's no magic here. I saw you blow some stuff up, but I don't know. I've never seen that kind of explosion like that. It was nearly magic to me, buddy. Are you? Can you prove otherwise?
I'm gonna go ahead and speak up and kind of vouch for him. It's like, it looked alchemical to me, and honestly, we would have been overrun without that little trick he pulled. So,
well, there's no use of magic here. And Petey's like, "That's Stewie. He's kind of new. He's sort of an idiot. You would have done much better if you hadn't, messed up, man. Don't worry about Stu. I've seen explosions like that before." But I've also been in the dagger board a bit and talked to Master Alaric in one of his level 1 explosion classes, so like his early on explosion classes. So you're fine, healer. Can you help this guy out? He looks like he's got a pretty serious gnash here on his leg, and he's talking about Eldric being bit by the rat. That's what PD says.
I'm gonna call Osmyr to heal.
Okay, Osmyr's like how they like have the floof leaps. He does like the full like floof leaps. Climbs down and like floof leaps over and like wraps himself around your thigh, and, like kind of like he's sitting on your foot, like gripping your leg, and he's full on your whole leg. Like he's just big. Yeah. But yeah, so Malidryn, Stewie kind of gives you a hard time, and then PD says, "Hey, leave him be. I've heard of stuff like that from Master Alaric and the Dagger Board. Perhaps you could help out with this guy's Nash here. He might not be one of us, but he helped with these nasty creatures." Stewie being kind of put down by his elder, higher-ranking guardsman companion, says, "Oh, all right, fine, fuck it." And he like stumbles over here to where the bum is and starts kicking him. Like kicks him and says, "Hey, get up, man! You gotta move along. You can't rest here. This isn't your place to live, you filthy fuck." Like he's just rude about it. And the bum, like obviously like in some kind of like feverish nightmare dream or whatever, literally just sits up and goes, and like then he like slumps back down sitting, and like drool and like froth kind of pours out his mouth, and one of his boils pops and bubbles.
Can I start looking around and seeing if I can retrieve any of my arrows?
Yeah, roll a percentage dice.
There is no percentage.
Yeah, you just roll the bottom right one. Just do the D10 on the far right. There's 2 D10s on there now. You don't have to right click. You just toss it. Yeah. You find 4% of them. How many did you fire?
An arrow?
Yeah.
Oh.
One that's usable. The other ones they got damaged when the animals fell or the building fell down on them and stuff like that. So.
Totally fine. I'm going to start heading back to Petra.
Okay, you're like, all right, I don't, nothing to see here. Bye. You're like, I'm not getting caught up with that. He said something about magic. Yeah. I'm out.
100%
As I'm walking
out.
by PD, I'm gonna slap him on the shoulder and say, "Good work today, man. You saved some lives here." And
give me a diplomacy check with +5. And he's got, like, at this point, he's, like, lifted the bum up by his, like, rusty-looking shirt, like his busted, like, worn, thin shirt. So that's pretty good. 20 says, hey, sorry you didn't make it, man. I heard about your expulsion, but, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, Lieutenant might have deserved it, but obviously you can't strike an official. And, like, he instantly, as he says it, he gets quiet. He's like, oh, I wasn't supposed to say anything. And they're like, I'm just kidding, man, but I'm sorry. Best of luck, man. Stay out of trouble, and you... Blondie, I don't want to catch you doing any magic. I'm watching. I'm on patrol now. I might be newer, but I'm not new. And he, like, does one of these, like, I'm watching you, buddies. You know, like, and he, like, snarls at you. And Petey's just back there, like, shaking his, like, hand and like, in his head, like, shaking his head. Like, he obviously doesn't love Stewie. He's like, Stewie's kind of a loudy. The other 2 guys are just quiet. They're just kind of sullen. Seem like they've maybe been on this a while, and they just don't. They're kind of no nonsense.
Well, I'm gonna pick up my crossbow over here and ask Malidryn if he could either take me to his a healer, or if he could heal me here. I have other stuff to do, so I'd appreciate it if he could. But if not, then he could maybe put in a good word for me with his. Does he work for? Was it Petra?
Yeah, I mean, you've seen him helping out around the cots of the slums hospice, so he's definitely been there before. You've actually also, roll a knowledge local, both of you, Eric and Tim.
Yeah, 8.
Malidryn, you absolutely recognize Tim, Tim's character Eldric. You've seen him. You've been in, like, the last 6 months in kind of a hardcore, pay your homage to the Petra at the healing tents. But prior to that, you spent a year with Master Alaric learning alchemical recipes and potions at the dagger board and, like, the essentially the royal or noble potion master's shop. So you've seen him in and out of the dagger board while he was doing training, and you kind of recognize him. Pretty good. You have an idea that he was actually there's, like, rankings. So, like, it's the Guard Academy has rankings, and he was, like, the top 5 throughout the entire time that you were in the dagger board. He was top 5 of students at the dagger board. So you can essentially ascertain that he's probably pretty ticked off that he's no longer, like, part of the guard because he was doing so well. You would also know that his family, with a 24, his family comes from a long line of both guardsmen and actual Queen's knights. So you just kind of know that history about who he is. But he's asked you a question.
Yeah, I can definitely take a look at your leg there. So go ahead and... Did that roll?
Did not roll. Also, the bum is exactly what you're looking for, Eric, because he's definitely got whatever fever sickness that she was asking you to look into. He'll check. He bandages it. I don't know what's a heal skill actually do.
Treat diseases. The diseases save DC, and it takes 10 minutes.
Okay, yeah. 10 minutes to treat wounds from Caltrip Spike Growth for spikes. Treat disease is 10 minutes as well. But you rolled a 25, so you actually are able to disinfect him. You want to try and disinfect yourself as well?
Yeah. Boo. I'll try again tomorrow.
12. Okay, so yeah, you're not doing as good, but you've managed to essentially dump hydrogen peroxide all over his blistering wound and wrap it. You don't get hit points back, but you're not going to be filth fever in 3 days. It is now. It's now approaching 9 a.m. On the 28th of Calistril. You guys have managed to stop the rats at this time. The guards are kind of over there inspecting the runes. Stewie has still got the bum in his hands. Malidryn, that bum is somebody that Petra would want you to probably bring to the slums hospice to be seen, because he's literally a walking pus wound and scab. But he's probably too limp for you to carry on your own. He's all but non-responsive.
I'll look at Eldric and I'll be like, we can deliver this sick person here to Petra. I'm sure there can be a reward arranged for you.
All right. Yeah, you helped fill me up, so I guess I owe you one. Let's go.
Just helping me not get sick. I suppose I'll give you a hand. All right. So you guys all end up back at Petra's, because that's where you're going too, right, Megan?
Oh yeah, I'm probably.
Because you have that rat on you. Yeah, that's why I moved you way far ahead. So, okay. So yeah. So you guys all basically end up heading back to Petra's to see kind of where you want to be or what she's got going on. Let me see. I believe I have. I can do it real quick. But you guys get back to Petra's, and it's it's a modest like hospital type place. She's got about 20 beds. And there's sick people in all of them. None of them to the extent this bum has. When you get there, she's busy working on things, but you, having kind of apprenticed there for the last 6 months, would know just to take him back to the cordoned off section where she keeps the most sick away from others. You're able to take him to the cot. Megan, Aelwyn also is kind of familiar with this location. You've brought a couple of animals you've come across in the past here to help kind of like patch up a couple birds you caught at times that had fallen, or a squirrel, or stuff. Just, you've helped small animals throughout time, and she's the only one that kind of give a crap about them, besides the stable master. But he's so busy with his huge lot of animals that it didn't make much difference. And so when you get there first, she's still busy, and you go in back to kind of her office. She's got essentially it's literally like a bunch of tents put together that she uses and goes in between and out of, with a canvas tent over the top of all of it. It's not a very high dollar deal, but it's guarded off from the weather and pinned down pretty heavily. Back in her office, there's different medical tomes and vials and bandages and sewing stitch, needles and thread, things like that. And you're kind of sitting there waiting for her. By the time they catch up, and you hear her gasp and come forward and exclaim and say, "Oh my goodness, what has happened to him? Oh, please bring him quickly to the cordon section." And you guys take him back and deposit him. And she thanks Malidryn for doing the work of the sun. That's how she kind of refers to Vontaria, the goddess of the sun, the goddess of light. Her main way to praise her. So thank the sun's light. Blessed be. And she's very, very adamant about getting him to rest. And she starts to strip him down and like instantly starts patting him with like washcloths and things and healing ointments on the different blisters and things that he has. And he's still all but non-responsive and like a fevered dream, like mumbling and saying things and talking to himself. But she does notice you just as after she started to heal this guy a little bit. She notices you there in your like, I don't know if you have chainmail or whatever, but she says, "Oh, and you've brought a knight with you. I don't recognize you. But thank you for helping Malidryn. He's never been one for hauling things. He's much better with his mind than his arms. So a beefy boy like you is obviously helpful in a situation like this. So thank you for taking the time to bring someone like this who obviously has no one to care for him to me to be healed. If you're hungry, there's some stew on the fire. Please help yourselves." And like it's definitely like rat stew because there's not a lot of stuff to go around the slums. So I don't know. She would have used the most delectable of rats possible, but there's some carrots and stuff in it, but nothing too much. It's mostly just water, rat, and carrots.
I mean, Eldric is not one to turn down a good meal. He knows the food situation in the city and has often gone hungry, so he will certainly take her up on that offer. As long as the rats don't look too infected.
There's some bread. We got a little bread going on.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you got some of your own, I believe.
I'm gonna have some bread. I'm gonna bread it up.
Okay, so that sounds good. You go ahead and you guys sit back in there, and I don't know if you guys are thinking like, oh, let me sit back here and everything, but you all end up in the same room again and see each other. And obviously you're able to eat as well, Aelwyn, if you'd like to eat something. And
I've already got food by the time they get there.
of course, okay, yeah, you knew right where to go because you've eaten here before. And so does Osmyr. Osmyr knows exactly where the raccoon treats are. He's over there eating these like weird pebbles. It's like packed protein paste or something he's chowing down on. Yeah, perfect. So, Gio, and she's very thankful. She spends the whole time treating him while you guys sit back there and relax. About a half hour goes by, and she does come up to you guys, and she wants to hear about it. So she's like, "No, I don't know you, Mister, but I'd ask both of these youngins here to look into some stuff for me. And I see, obviously, Malidryn, great work, good job, well done. You've obviously found someone who's inflicted with this fever or this sickness, but did you find the source of it?"
I reach into my bag and hand her the bandaged rat. Go, I don't know much about all this stuff, but I do know you asked me to go look into the animals, and those were not just regular filthy rats. I don't know, man. There's something else going on here, but I was able to nab one for you.
Oh, you nabbed one. I appreciate you nabbing one for me. So I shared her like tent hospice here, and I'll say that she's got. Where'd it go? There it is. This is where we are over in this corner here. So I'll pull you guys over. Let me get these guys out of here too. Okay, so you brought something too. I'll have to dissect that. Malidryn, would you mind getting started dissecting this rat to see if we can see what full damage and scope of this is? And then Aelwyn, I don't know. Did you happen to find where they're being infected from? Like what the source is? Is it how it's spread?
It seemed to be coming from the sewers. It was all we could do to get the sewers covered and buy ourselves some time to get out of there. It wasn't just these rats, it was also rats, the other rats were competing with Osmyr in size, so, not the safest of situations, but thankfully the city guard was able to, show their faces and earn their keep.
Okay. Very well, That's interesting news for sure. She's like back and patting on this guy with damn cloths and stuff, and like she's got like a gauze over his eyes because his face is so jacked. And he's all but clean at this point, but still just real bad. He's got lesions all over his body. He's on death's door, and he's not in good shape. As you guys are here for a while, and she does these things, and time passes by.
So after eating, Eldric would say his goodbyes and go back to the...
Right before you leave, though,
okay.
Entering into... Oh, I have this set up different, backwards. Right before you take off, someone shows up to... Go here we go. There we go. It is... Oh, she's not very good at all. It's a guy you all know. You don't know him by name per se, but you do know him. He's kind of a crazy hobo. He manages to stay alive a lot, but he's very quick-witted and smart. But he also has a tad bit of insanity behind his eyes that kind of leans people to not really pay much attention to him. But he comes into the tent and he is looking around, kind of standing around, and you can tell as soon as he walks in that Petra doesn't necessarily dislike this guy, but she doesn't like him either. She gets a little tense when he comes in, and he says, "Is it happening? Has it begun? Is this it? Is this it? Is that the first?" And you can hear the crazy in his words, and he's pointing at this damaged dude that's laying there that you guys have brought in. He's like, "You see, the old gods rise. It is happening. I can tell. Just look at the boils. The boils. They're in the prophecy for sure. It's happening." And the people who she's been healing that are resting and sleeping and stuff start to notice he's there because he's being kind of loud and obtrusive. And she's like, "Just go," she says. "Just get out of here. There's nothing to see. This man is injured. He doesn't need you in here babbling nonsense. The sun will light the way. All is well. It's just another disease. We're too packed in here. Now go, man. I cannot leave. The darkness, it arises. It comes from the night. It comes. Lord Valerian will rise, bring back the old ways."
I'm just going to cut him off at this point and be like, "Lady asked you to leave. Time to get out." Put my hand on his shoulder.
Oh, cool. Combat maneuver roll for me, please. No initiative necessary because he's not going to fight you back. I just need a 12 or better. All right, so you full on pitch this dude out like he's a bad bar guy, like a drunken citizen. You grab him by the scruff of his shirt and the back of his pants, and you're like, "Get the hell out of here, buddy! She said enough!" And you push and kick him at the same time, and he slides in the mud in the street and kind of lightly crashes into some crates and stuff and gets up and starts mumbling to himself, says, the end is nigh!" And he starts wandering off into the distance a bit. "It's coming! I've seen the signs!" The 4 guards that you guys are with round the corner, and he starkly turns and goes the other direction and stops yelling. And she thanks you. She says, "Thank you. Perhaps I don't know you, sir, but I appreciate your taking out the trash, if you will." He comes in on occasion, says he's looking for signs of the old ways reemerging, and I don't know why anyone would want that when we have such a blessed mother in the sky. The goddess of Ontario watches us daily and blesses us with her light. So he's kind of a lunatic. I don't know his name, but he shows up every once in a while trying to just get in the mix of things and see what I'm doing, and I don't have anyone to really watch out for the place, and Malidryn is typically so busy with potions that he's not much for throwing men out like that, so it's nice to have a beefy lad as yourself around. Perhaps if you aren't otherwise busy, you could help them, my apprentice here and my friend's daughter. You could perhaps help them to find the source of this sickness, because it is not like anything I've seen. if you could find the source, perhaps we could figure out a way with Malidryn's brain and my brain put together, maybe some help from some other alchemists or healers, we could find a way to stop it at its source and maybe save the city, if you would. Is that something I obviously can't pay you. You see my meager hospice here, but perhaps you could find it in your heart to help. I don't know.
Yeah, no, Eldric's inner monologue here is basically thinking, I guess if I really want to get back in the guards, doing stuff like this, like helping out, would be a significant help for the city and may give me some renown and help me in that way. So, yeah. So, greedily, I'm gonna go ahead and accept. And it's like, yeah, that sounds like something I'd be interested in.
Very, very good, very good. So, it sounds to me, and I may be crazy, but if they are coming from the sewer, perhaps the sewers themselves are where you should start your looking.
That's like my favorite place to go.
I know. It's a big ask. The sewers, with as many people as we've packed into the city, the sewers are not a pleasant place to be. And it sounds like these rats are not very good. But perhaps after a night's rest, although time is of the essence, it'd be nice to know what's going on before the Harvest Festival or the Remembrance Festival, depending on who you ask. Some people don't like to remember, and others like to celebrate the harvest. But perhaps tomorrow, first light, you could investigate the sewers, or do you three feel after he dissects this rat that you'd be up to getting started today?
I've no reason to not go today. Petra, if you need us to go take a look, I'm happy to go do so.
And then she like gasps and she says, "Oh my gosh, Aelwyn, you look amazing and you're such a warrior. You're just like your father. I have always appreciated you and him. I don't believe anything that was ever said about him. So I trust that I'll always be here for you. Though I'm not a member of your family, I'm always going to be here for you. You've got such a kind soul. And boys, I'm so sorry. I pride myself on being a healer, and I just now noticed that you both have wounds of your own. Please sit. Allow me to put a healing salve on them to make you feel a little better, so that if you are going to go adventuring, you're not at least going in wounded. Now, I've used natural herbs and remedies that should appease the pain and suffering you're suffering through, and help you in any way possible. Obviously, no magic, as that's a dreadful thing and totally illegal. And metagaming, she totally lays the hands on you guys. She just comes over and rubs the salve on you and 100% uses a spell and pushes healing into you guys, and you guys are fully healed. Because it's literally just paste. But you don't know.
Very uncomfortable
That's some good paste.
at the. Aelwyn's super uncomfortable at the mention of her father, and she kind of sits up and puts her stuff away and starts getting ready, but she's not making eye contact anymore, and she doesn't look excited about any of this.
And it sucks because Petra meant well, but she's just not. She's a little oblivious to the soul. She's much more good at healing than she is at making small talk and not saying stupid stuff in front of strangers and things it's just not her. She's not a political figure,
Of course.
But that being said, so you guys we will pick up from the sewer entrance, going down in the sewers next Sunday. I think is good, right? It'll be at 7. Before that, though, is there anything we need to do for your guys' selves before you go? Do either of you have business to attend to? Malidryn, I do need you to do your check for the dissection.
What skill do you want here? Just healing?
Maybe medicine or nature.
Healing is medicine.
Yeah.
No.
25. Okay, so he literally has this thing on the table and has it pinned open like the frogs in high school. He's got it pinned open with its insides just on display from chin to tail. Just open, and you just see inside, and everything inside is coated in almost like a black oily residue. All of instead of a pink heart and a pink lungs, it's just coated in this film of oil, dark black oil. And even dead, the oil kind of bubbles inside this thing, and it twitches even dead. And then that's 25. You're pretty sure this is an unnatural ailment. You don't think that this was caused by something that's of this world. You think it might even be magic in nature? You think that, at least, Malidryn. The others don't know enough about it. They're not the ones that they're monocled on, like looking inside this rat, knee deep in the rat's guts, trying to figure out what's going on. You scratch your head and your camera jumps up. It's ridiculous. You're muted.
Yeah.
It thinks your hand is your head, and you're muted still.
You're muted.
I am
Because
muted.
I'm blocking my face. It has face recognition.
I know. It's just funny to me. But yeah, so this is... Go ahead.
No, I got nothing.
Oh, this is Sumnyr. So Sumnyr, dark, kind of dismal. Current thing we're working on is that this extra plague type sickness that's crawling through the animal populace, as well as some humans as well, the human city itself. That's kind of where it's all beginning. When you guys go to quests, does it show you quests? If you look at the quest tab on the right, does it pop up your quests in there?
There are quests available for us to view.
When you click on a ranger's specialty, that's for you. What does it just say the description? That's all you got?
What are you talking about? There's nothing in the quest panel.
Oh, for real? All right, here, let's see.
You have to share it. Did you share it?
I just shared the ranger's specialty.
Oh, there. Now it's in the quest box.
Let me see.
Cool.
Okay, and then here's one for Eric as well. And let me make sure this one is...
Is that us getting experience points?
No.
Oh.
That's you, when you complete the quest, you guys will get enough to each level up. So once you guys find the source, essentially, and Tim, I made one for you, but I can't share it because everybody would see it, so I don't know how to... I guess I can't just share it to one of you. And I got some stuff in there that I don't want everybody to read.
Fair enough.
But I'll fix it.
Send it to me.
Yeah, I'll fix it. It's I went one direction, I meant to go a different direction, and this is where we are. So
There's no
I think it looked pretty well.
actual quest as part of this. This is just a note.
yeah, it's a description.
The description doesn't say to do something. Doesn't give a goal. It's just hey.
Okay, so that's why I didn't know what you guys could see when I share it, because I don't see your screen. So mine has more. I have GM notes too, but it says Petra, well, healer in the slums, informs you that there's a strange thing. Da, 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 da. So
and that's all we can see is those first two. Rats and raccoons have become naturally aggressive and are swarming areas they typically avoid. That's all it says. It doesn't say goal here is to find the source.
Yep.
Or
no, you're right. It does for me though. So for me, it says navigate the underground passages in the city's alleyways, track the source of the animal's odd behavior, and either calm or eliminate the corrupted animal that started it all.
Got it.
And then for yours says investigate the spread of the affliction. It'll lead you to the less policed areas of the city, like the slums where we've already been. You have to treat patients while gathering samples and clues to point to ? So basically you need samples so you can take it underneath the microscope and figure out exactly how you can make some kind of alchemical recipe to take care of this problem. Sound good? You guys are chilling at Petra's. Yeah, I think we get in there. I think that's good. I think we got through kind of an initial meeting. We've managed to band you guys together, even if just sort of. You know, you're not like super buddies or anything, but you've managed to work well together in this instance. So you guys chucked that cart on those rats. That was probably my favorite part. Besides the double crit when you knocked the roof down on them, that was good too. But that pushing of the cart bomb into 40 rats or whatever was pretty sweet.
I was just trying to get this party started.
Well, you did good, and I really wanted to level you guys up, but I know it's going to take another game or two to get you there, and then we'll get you there. So the way it's going to work is since we're playing Mythic, after every time you hit an even level, we'll have a Mythic event come up shortly thereafter, which will give you a tier in Mythic. So we're going to get this first level knocked out, and then you'll be second level, which means I'll be able to do a Mythic event. Cool. And that Mythic event will, once you guys complete the Mythic event, then you'll get a Mythic tier, and then we'll go back into get to level 3, get to level 4, and then after we get to level 4, we'll start to have another Mythic event, and we'll do that until we're through everything. Cool, guys. Well, I had fun. I thought that was good. It's obviously, anytime you're starting a game and trying not to just meet in the tavern, it can get a little awkward. But because hey, you guys have known each other from birth. You're best friends. You're actually 3 halflings of the same family. You are in a band together for the last 20 years.
5 halfling bards?
Yeah. You're all halfling bards that have known each other for your whole lives, and they're a pair of 2 twins. None of that.
I don't see a problem with that.
But I don't hate the way it played out. I mean, got a couple minutes to kind of discuss, but I mean, I don't know. I think it went okay. I mean, it can always go better, but I think it went okay. I'm glad we did it though, because I've been wanting to jump in this, A, and B, like now I see kind of where some of the stuff that I need to change on how I have the layout in my setup is, because I'm like looking for stuff. I'm like, where the heck is it?
Sure.
Or like what assets I need to spend some time moving stuff around. Eric showed me some stuff and I wanted to use it, but I put it in wrong. So now it's like I got to delete like 10 pages and redo them because I got too much information in them.
Sure. I had some notes on. Oh, here it goes. What is it? The cleave effect that we have to add in?
Power attack and cleave. The dexterity checks for bombs. Or like just any save checks for that matter, because he probably has different ones he needs. That's my baby. Hey, Luce.
That should be fairly straightforward. I mean, it's not hard to add a -2 to AC. I'm pretty sure it's just AC : -2.
Okay.
And that should... I mean, you can test it, but no space. Capital AC.
This is for Eric's?
And what I would do... That was for Tim, I think.
Oh.
Because that's the... What is it? The cleave or whatever. He gets a -2 to his AC after he does it.
Yeah, he gets a -1 to hit, a +2 to damage, and I think what is it, AC? Is it -2 to AC?
All of those things.
If I use power attack and cleave, I don't necessarily have to use power attack.
Yeah. So sorry, power.
Cleave.
Oh, yeah, -2.
Just cleave is the -2 AC, right?
Right. Yep.
So
Correct.
what I would do is when you're typing in the effect, you want to know, like, when you apply it, what it is. So I would type in cleave, space, capital A, capital C.
Is this under actions?
-2. So, yeah, I would put it on the actions tab.
As a spell?
And then, yeah.
So we see, I just added a spell class. See, I just put that on there for you, Tim, under actions tab.
Just name the spell class, like, fighter feats or something. Fighter feats and abilities. Or whatever class is. Whatever you need to do. And then you're gonna add a power or whatever it is.
Add weapon, add spell class, edit list.
Well, so it's gonna... That class right there should be like a green button that's like an arrow. Add
Well, it says add spell class, so it wants us to have an actual spell class on there for some reason.
I just go spontaneous spellcaster. I don't know. My hunter things is under spontaneous.
What do you mean spontaneous?
So, like, is it in prep mode?
I'm looking. I don't see that. No.
I don't know if prep mode matters. Hold on.
It's not have any modes here. Oh, there we go. I see a prep. There we go.
So when you click that thing next to like the spell class or whatever, mine is like a star next to mine says hunter spells. But wherever you just typed in like fighter abilities or whatever you typed, there's a little icon. Click that icon.
Oh, spontaneous spellcaster.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and you can change it so there's a DC or whatever, but I don't think that's ever going to matter for him. So then it's going to give you like, there should be an ability, like there should be a plus sign underneath that.
It just, no, it just says, for me, I see add spell class, add weapon, that's it.
Releases, can you clear him so I can just grab him?
Yeah, let me look. Timber, delete, right? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, delete.
There you go. I just cleared him, so Tim doesn't have it now.
Okay.
What up? What up?
Okay. So. I think what you do is you add. Oh, no, not swap class.
Yeah, Eric, I'm gonna have to work on the layout. Like our cameras are super big on TikTok. I'm gonna have to like make them a little different. I think I got plans for it, but I'm gonna. I like your layout, but I think I might need to talk to you about it. We'll change it up. I think the one for the Twitch is great. I think it's gonna be fine. I think I have to look at it again now that I have time. After this, I'll see what the kid's up to, and then I'll probably do that. I'm super excited. I promise you, I'm super excited to be playing this, like running this. Like I've been thinking of the stuff for summer. I have a bunch of stuff like plotted out already and ready, different directions we can go and stuff. It's just a matter of getting it up and running.
Cool. Got it.
Is your girl over right now, Eric, or are you living alone?
No, I'm just fine.
Let me see your dog.
He's asleep in the bedroom.
Go get him.
Wake him up.
Yeah, he's fine.
He's fine.
He's fine. Pull in. Do you see where I put fighter feats and abilities there at the bottom?
Yeah, I just don't know how I added.
Yeah, it's super easy in D&D because you just add an action, add a tab, add a power.
You know, and it doesn't make sense why it's not letting me... Like, it only wants me to add a spell class. I guess I could add a spell and change it from there. I think that's what I ended up having to do.
Alright, I'm getting off here. I'll see you guys later.
See ya, pal.
Have a good night.
See what that does. Oh yeah, it messes everything up. All right, guys, it's 9:55. I'm gonna end the actual stream. Megan and I are gonna keep working on this, but you guys have a great evening. Thank you for coming by. Don't miss next week's game. It'll be 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. again on Sunday. We're gonna play a little bit more in the city of Sumnyr, in the world forgotten. Thanks so much, guys.